Cressida cowl, treetop twins, wilderness adventures. The twins seek a Saola. Meet the treetop family. The treetop family has invented a time machine that can travel underwater, across snow and ice, through jungles and plains and study amazing animals past and present. Come with them on their wilderness adventures. Mum, Professor Penelope. Dad, Professor Pablo. Big twins, Asher and Alfie. Little twins, Ted and Tulip. Treetop twins, wilderness adventures. The twins seek a Saola. Cressida cowl. The air was hot and full of noises, as unseen animals squawked and howled from within the forest. The treetop family had taken their time machine, not back in time, but deep into the mountains of Vietnam, looking for one of the rarest and shyest animals in the world, the Saola. Scientists have only seen Saolas in the wild a few times, said Professor Pablo. We only discovered they existed in 1992. Because they are so hard to find, they are sometimes referred to as the Asian unicorn, said Professor Penelope. Tulip's eyes lit up. What do they look like? She asked. They look a little like an antelope, said Professor Penelope, with two pointed horns on the front of their head. I hope we find one, whispered Tulip to herself. After a while it began to rain. The treetop family were very tired. They had climbed uphill and they had climbed downhill. They had splashed through streams and waded through mud and wriggled through undergrowth. They were all wet and cold. And hungry. This is hopeless, said Alfie. I think we should go back to camp and... Look, said Tulip, pointing. I just saw a Saola. Where? Asked Professor Pablo, excitedly looking around. That way, said Tulip. So the treetop family trudged after Tulip, getting wetter and dirtier and hungrier by the minute. But there was no sign of Tulip's Saola, however hard they looked. I think we should go home, Tulip, said Professor Penelope gently. Wait, look, through there, said Tulip, pointing ahead. There it is again. Tulip, said Professor Pablo, frowning. I saw it. Why don't you believe me? Said Tulip. Just then there was a low barking noise. The Saola, said Tulip, lifting up her head. There was the noise again. The treetop family followed the sound into a clearing just above a riverbed. And there was the Saola. It was a browny red colour with flashes of white on its face and two horns jutting out from the top of its head. But the Saola was in trouble. It was running away from a great big crocodile that had staggered out of the river. And its hooves had got caught in a vine. The Saola could not get away. The crocodile was approaching, getting nearer and nearer. But Professor Penelope wasn't going to find an extremely rare Saola for the very first time and let it be eaten by a crocodile. She picked up a nearby branch and held it above her head and rushed at the crocodile, roaring loudly. The crocodile was so alarmed that it turned around and ran away to the safety of the riverbed. The rest of the treetop family ran to help the snared Saola. The Saola was trembling, but it calmed very quickly. Tulip and Ted stroked its soft neck while Professor Pablo and Asher and Alfie worked its hooves free of the vine. For one calm minute the Saola stood there, free, and then it leapt away again, back into the forest as if it had never been there at all. The treetop family was so happy to have seen a Saola that they cheered. Professor Pablo cleared his throat. Did anyone perhaps take a photograph? Oh dear, they had all been so busy saving the Saola that no one had thought to take a picture. No one will believe us, said Alfie. But we know it's true, said Tulip. Night time in the mountainous forests of Asia. The rain had stopped, and the moon was rising on the warm nighttime world. The treetop family was sitting around their campfire, having dinner. I knew it. If I stayed hopeful, I'd find a unicorn in the end. Said Tulip. And Tulip was right, because even when it looks like a quest might be impossible, if you stay hopeful, all your dreams can come true. Facts about Saolas. Saolas were only discovered in 1992. They are sometimes known as the Asian unicorn. They have two horns that can grow up to 50 centimetres in length.